How do I stay motivated? The bigger question for me is what I actually struggle more with is how do I stay confident? I struggle more with confidence than I do with motivation. I find that it's harder for me to move forward when my confidence is low than having low motivation.
Welcome to the podcast with Kilee Nichols. I'm Kilee, founder and CEO of the life-changing accessories brand Nickel & Suede and the successful style blog One Little Mama. I made the unlikely transition from stay-at-home mom to founder and entrepreneur. It takes a lot of courage to make a change like that, but I love the growth and the confidence that's come from stepping out of my comfort zone. This is the podcast for people who want to be inspired to be brave, to take a chance, and to change their life. I'll be sharing stories and actionable takeaways about working with your spouse, being a working mom, starting and growing a business, confidence, motivation, and more. So get ready to get inspired and to get started with Kilee Nichols.
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. I'm Kilee. You're back with Kilee Nichols, and as you can tell, I'm a little bit under the weather today. I have had a cold this week, but we launched the podcast and the show must go on. So I am still here, still going to be recording today, and I hope you can still hear me. Just bear with me with this little bit of a hoarse voice, and I'm still going to just try to get my message across. So I'm excited today. Today I wanted to talk about something that I've definitely had on my mind lately and been struggling with, conquering, succeeding with, all the things. So one question that I've had from some followers, and I'd say had on my mind, it has been, how do you stay motivated? And this is something I think a lot of us struggle with. How do you stay motivated? It's a great question. When you have a lot on your plate, I have 5 kids, I have 2 businesses, there's a lot of things going on. I'm busy, I'm frequently feeling overwhelmed, there's a lot to do, things are hard. There's a lot of challenges coming across my desk every single day. So I'm constantly feeling overwhelmed. So how do I stay motivated in that? How do I keep going every day? How do I wake up and want to keep going? And I'll be honest, there's a lot of days when I don't want to get up and do that. And those days, they come and go. How do I stay motivated? As I was thinking about that question, what that question actually leads me to is the bigger question for me is what I actually struggle more with is how do I stay confident? So I struggle more with confidence than I do with motivation. I find that it's harder for me to move forward when my confidence is low than having low motivation. So I struggle with having low confidence more than low motivation. So you may wonder, like, oh, well, how are those two related? You know, why are motivation and confidence related? So looked them up. Motivation, what is that? Well, dictionary says motivation is a desire or a willingness to do something. And I have a desire to do a lot of things. I've got a lot of things I want to do with my life. I like a lot of things. I have a lot of ideas. I love that. Confidence is a belief or a feeling of reassurance in your own abilities. So I may have a lot of desires to do things. I may have a lot of ideas, but do I have a belief and a feeling of reassurance that I can do them? If you don't have that confidence or that feeling of reassurance that you can do them, you're not going to make it very far with those ideas. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today and give you some tips about how I work through that, because I think if you can kind of move through that confidence, then you can really pick up that motivation and get going. If you believe you can do it, then you can get it done. So lately I've been struggling with confidence because we've had a lot of just a lot heavier, harder things come our way where the business has not been growing the way that I want it to. We've had more challenges on my shoulders, or, I've been feeling them heavier myself. And so I've been taking them personally, and that's been making me feel very low confidence. Like, it's my fault. The business isn't growing. It's my fault. People aren't buying our products. It's my fault. Or just because I started the business, I tend, and it's my baby. it is very much an extension of me still. I tend to take a lot of it personally. And so if things aren't going well, it feels like it's because of me. And I'm still learning how to separate that. And I can consciously tell myself, no, that's not true. I have lots of other people that I work with, and it's all of our, collective work together that has an impact. But at the end of the day, my brain can still tell me it's my fault. And so that can really affect my confidence. So I've had some really, really hard days where I just feel like giving up. I feel like I don't even want to be here anymore. I just want to quit. I want to go home. I was not cut out for this. I can't do it. So all of that honesty to say, what have I done to do about that? How am I still here? What am I still showing up for? If I feel like I can't do this. So I've got 5 things that I've done recently or have done over the years to really keep going, keep confident, and pick myself back up again. So one is that I surround myself with people who are cheering for me. So I've been really honest with the people around me about how my confidence level is. I've been honest with Soren. I've been honest with my friends and with some of my coworkers about how I'm feeling about myself. And I would encourage anybody to do that. I think being open about how you feel about you is a really brave thing to do, and it's hard. So be open about how you feel about you, and you will get the feedback and the help that you need from those people. And so that has helped a lot, because then I'm not just in my head about myself. So the next thing that I realized I was doing is I was spending too much time doing things that were really hard for me and not enough time doing things that I know that I excel at. So do things that you are good at. Spend time on that. There are lots of things as a business owner or as a parent or as a person that you have to do that are hard and challenging and that you have to learn. But also make sure you're spending time doing things that you're good at. Spend some time in things that you know you're winning at. If your confidence is struggling, make sure you're spending time on things that your confidence can be boosted in. So I have been spending time working on learning management skills, structuring our business, creating policies, creating procedures, creating systems, and those things are all a stretch for me. I'm a creative. I love creating things. I love color. I love designing things. And so I've been trying to get back into doing more of that with my time, and that has felt really good. And I've been feeling that confidence grow back up again, because it's like, yes, this is the stuff I was made to do. This is these are the things that I love, and I am good at these things. And so I would say spend time doing the things that you like most about yourself. And then just other ways I would say to gain confidence or to get confident is just like with our earrings. So start with something small to get confident. Start with something small that is hard for you and conquer it. So I've gained a little bit of confidence lately because the first thing in the morning when I get out of bed, I've not picked up my phone and just started scrolling it. I have mastered myself, and I have gone and done something else, because I know that that's like my tendency to lazy, roll out of bed, grab my phone and do that. And I don't want to do that anymore. So I've picked something small to conquer about myself. And instead I get up, I go get a drink, I take my vitamins, I pull out my scriptures or whatever it is. And it just feels good to have conquered that small thing about myself. So pick something small to conquer, and then that will lead to bigger steps. So I said our earrings, because lots of times our earrings, even though they're a large leather earring, lots of times they're a gateway small step for somebody to try a new accessory, and that might be the one step that they need to take that gets them to also maybe try stepping outside of their comfort zone in another way and in another way. And that new confidence that is created by taking step after step out of their comfort zone builds up to confidence. So I would say small steps lead to these long-term confidence gains. That being said, you can also do huge steps to get instant confidence boost. So this week at work, we did a drawing for skydiving because we've done this huge push to ship out thousands of orders this week from our biggest promotion. And as a reward, we had a drawing for skydiving. And so 2 of the girls won skydiving and they were so excited about it. And I was happy for them and so happy that I didn't win it because I would never want to go skydiving. But I was talking to them about it and how happy they were. And I said, I would never want to do that ever, unless it was to prove to myself something. And I do think there's some value in proving something to yourself. And so I would go skydiving if I felt the need to prove to myself that I could do it. And then that would be worth it because I would leave skydiving with that huge confidence boost. And maybe someday I will feel like I need this. Now, I hope Soren never listens to this podcast because I don't want him to drag me skydiving with him because he's done it before and I've told him never, ever take me there. I don't really want to do that. So I hope I never need that big boost. So that's my 4th thing. Last one is just to choose to see things confidently. Right now, that's kind of what I feel like is my only option. There's no quick fix to some of the struggles that we're in right now, with being a working mom, with needing to see growth in the business, and the fact that there's just no quick fixes to long-term problems and solutions. And so I just have to choose that I'm fighting for myself and I'm going to see myself as the hero, and that I've never done the things that I'm doing right now. And so I'm going to be proud of myself for doing them. And you can choose to see yourself that way. Of course, it's hard. Of course, doing new things is hard. But if I was an outsider looking in, I would tell myself, good job. There's always going to be a reward for doing hard things. You will see it eventually. And so I think just choosing to see the confidence and looking in from an outsider's perspective, that it's going to end up great in the end, and keep going, stay confident. You're doing great. Stay motivated. So those are my takeaways. That's, I think, what we've got to stick with. You've got to go with. Surround yourself with people, spend time doing things that help you recharge, that you're good at, that you're good at, so that you can say, yeah, I am good at things, but also I'm going to keep trying new things. And that also, I'm proud of myself for that. Take those little leaps and those big leaps and own them and be proud of yourself for those. And then choose to see that positive perspective. So I would love to hear what helps you stay confident, what helps you stay motivated in the comments. Thanks so much for listening in today. Thanks for bearing with me with my cold and my cough drop. I hope I'm healthy next week when you tune in. Thanks so much, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for listening today to With Kilee Nichols. Stay tuned next week for another episode. And if you can't wait until then, you can find me at onelittlemama.com, MOMMA, for beauty, our family, style tips, and more. And you can find my business at nicholandswade.com with the and spelled out. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.